maybe Roman doesn't have to be around all the time. Maybe there is that, hey, it's more special if he's not around. Punk hasn't been around all the time. I don't need to see Punk all the time. We'll see if that changes now that he's healthy again. Is he a weekly Raw television character? Is he a monthly wrestler? Is he wrestling on Raw? Still haven't seen that yet. Punk hasn't wrestled on Raw in 10 years. That was his first televised singles match in over 10 years for the company. Does that change? I know how he's used in AEW. He would wrestle some up-and-coming guys here and there. Did it feel like it mattered, though? I said this earlier. I said everything they've done in the 7 months with Drew and Punk has been about getting people to get excited about when they will finally have that match. The match is what it was, but I don't need to see Punk wrestle all the time. Punk's going to, like anybody in wrestling, get over, especially at this point in his career, by talking to you, by reacting, by acting in a certain way. And I think it allows you to promote differently. Yeah, there's going to be people that are on the show all the time. Those people need to exist. So, no, I appreciate that he's special. Now, a couple people are making the idea of, I've seen comments of other combat sports. It's not a combat sport. It's entertainment. And I equate it to the fact that who are on cards for combat sports. You know that. They also don't have promos to cut to build stuff up every week. Also, if they fight 3 or 4 times a year, sure, you know that. But people want to get the experience. If they're coming to Florida, if they're coming to Kansas, if they're coming to California, if they're going overseas, you want the experience. It doesn't have to be about being there for their big title match, their big match. You want to be there for it. I told the whole story recently. Cena comes back to face Roman a couple years ago, right? Comes back at that Money in the Bank. He's going to wrestle Roman. He says he's doing the tour. He's sticking around. He wasn't on TV very often. But he was on a lot of shows. And when the shows went off the air, guess what the first music to hit was? So people would stay there because they knew what they wanted. John Cena. That had nothing to do with him being in a storyline. That happened. That was about people paying their money to see him live. Not about a title match. Not about a pay-per-view. That was about a kid wearing his John Cena hat and his t-shirt, wanting to see him live. Not caring that Raw was off the air or SmackDown was off the air. It's a different argument. It's a completely different argument. It's why they put dark matches after shows. It's why when Cody was on Raw, he was working SmackDowns after the show and off the air. It was more bang for the buck. And that's what a good business does. And we're going to show you some numbers here. Shout out to WrestleNomics. We're going to get to that. Not yet, but coming up. That stuff moves tickets. When Cody puts up his schedule and you see Raws on there, or when he was on Raw and you saw SmackDowns on there, it's because he's a draw. Roman was also doing that. Roman was getting added to Raws, sometimes on the show, because Vince would break the rules of his own rules of the, who's on what show, but also for the dark matches. Hey, we're not moving as many tickets here. Let's put the Bloodline on this show. We'll promote them locally. They're going to appear. Yeah, they appear after the show. They're in a 6-man tag against Cena and Dom and Ray. That's enough for people. It's not about the story. It's about getting the experience of seeing. I got to see Roman Reigns do the entrance. I got to see him do this. I got to see him hit a Superman punch. There's clips from those matches. Heyman's fucking around. He's jumping into the crowd. Roman's jaw-jacking with people. There are great clips of when Roman was working some house shows of him going back and forth with kids. Now, they got that experience. He had fun with it. Roman can still give people that experience. He doesn't have to be on TV every week. And there's a difference between being a special attraction and being a Cody Rhodes where he's saying, I'm the guy. Seth said, I'm the guy, put the world title on me, I'll go defend it everywhere. You know what? You definitely need those people at the top of your company. Cody is well aware of what it means, what it takes, and what the responsibilities are of being the guy. Media, house shows, shaking hands, signing autographs, making appearances, being away from your family, shooting extra stuff. You name it, he's going to say yes to it, very likely. And you'd love to get to a point, if you have this mindset, where you become big enough that you don't have to do all that stuff all the time. Brock Lesnar has been that guy. Not that he was ever a big media guy or anything like that, but my point is his stature, his presentation was big enough that he didn't have to be on everything. I think Roman's there. Roman negotiated that contract. The company agreed to it. Cody is very much like, no, give me the ball. I'm going to do it. John Cena was like that. Then John Cena got to that point. The Rock went through that. You know, The Miz often talks about, give me that schedule. I want to be John. I want to be that guy for the company. Give me that schedule. I'll do all of it. And he still does. And that's why he's a valuable player in that company, because he does all that stuff. Let's get some more YouTube comments in here. Probably go through these a little faster. Go ahead, Dom. Whatever's next. This is Toro. Roman was always the face of WWE. Now he's the top babyface of WWE. Cody was never, and will never be the face because he's too damn boring. Okay. That is not the majority opinion. I know people feel like that, whether they did about Cody or now do in this reign. I've seen that comment. I disagree because I have ears that hear his reaction and eyes that see what he does, and I can read metrics that say he's got a hell of a lot of little nightmare fans out there. He's got a lot of people that want to buy his stuff that don't think he's boring, that made sure that Fanatics appearance with a bunch of other massive athletes, he was sold out first. Him and Punk and Rhea, sold. That doesn't tell me he's boring. Let's get a couple more here, Dom. Another one here. Ricardo, you got to put Roman on the Mount Rushmore Pro Wrestling after the streak he had with the world title. He's literally the draw. WWE stood so good. The Bloodline storyline was the best TV in a long time. Keep it going, Dom. Let's go to that Anthony one. If you can keep going on these YouTube comments. Anthony says, Roman is the guy, plain and simple. Cody can be great, but at the moment, his character is not interesting. Give him a big, serious, non-bloodline feud, and he will do great. Keep going there, Dom. Mr. Adam, this whole Cody Rhodes thing, man, I just don't get it. There's actually a debate between Rock versus Roman, Rock versus Cody. It's clearly Rock versus Roman. Why are people overrating Cody as if he's truly compelling? Marquee level talent is mind-boggling to me. And then we'll get the flip side of it on this last comment. Cody is carrying this company, and I'm tired of people acting like it's not true. Roman has been winning titles since 2015. WWE didn't get popular until Cody came back. Okay, so differing of opinion there. If you don't think Cody is interesting right now because of how the title reign has gone, I understand that. The story that we heard about for a very long time, it is over. It's over. He's the champ now. Whether he's the people's champ, whatever you want to call him, he is the champ. It's not the same. It's not the same. There is always money in the chase, and there's often more money in the chase. And the chase to Roman Reigns is what sold a lot of merch, made a lot of money for the company, was who's going to take down Roman. He's that damn good. Someone's got to stop him. And who was that person going to be? Well, it became Cody Rhodes. A story that took time to tell. He comes back in Dallas. He has 3 matches with Seth, and he's hurt. And he comes back for the Rumble. And he has a pretty short story with Roman, all things considered, and he loses. And now it's the journey back. And how is he going to get back there? He's got to battle through Brock. He's got to battle through Judgment Day. He's got to win over Brock. He's got to keep telling the story, keep pushing. A couple interactions here and there with the bloodline. Wins the Rumble again. Here we go. Oh, wait, the Rock's in the way now. And that continued. But Cody was absolutely, and this is the thing I don't understand when people are knocking Cody. Cody Rhodes and the level of which he was over, whether it be just connection with fans, the merch he was moving, the tickets, everything said that guy's over. That guy has made the money for this company to be the guy, to unseat Roman Reigns, to the point that people would have rejected not Rock versus Roman as a whole. Let me make that very clear. That match should 100% happen, should 100% be a marquee match at a WrestleMania, bigger than any other match that they can do on that night. I absolutely believe that. But the way they were going to get to Rock Roman this year, it wouldn't have been the same. It wouldn't have been as over. Because there was a stink on it. Because this was Cody's year. If there wasn't a Cody Rhodes level person around, and I remember having this conversation with people on that day, that night of that day one Raw, and the days after I went, they might have to do it. You can't, I've said these exact words. You can't throw away Rock Roman. You can't throw it away. Cody hadn't won the Rumble yet. We weren't sure if he was going to win the Rumble. I remember pitching I didn't want him to win the Rumble. I wanted the road to be a little bit more difficult. I wanted the bloodline to run in and throw him out of the Rumble. And he had to battle through Chamber or something like that. They didn't do that. He won the Rumble. He pointed to Roman, and off we were going, and we heard the reaction. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then obviously things changed, and someone had to understand that it wasn't his year. And he put his glasses on and his booking hat on. He's like, I'm going to be a heel now. Okay, sure. Which worked, by the way. But it was Cody's year because of everything he had done, because of how much time and effort the company had put behind Cody. Hey, this is Matt Camp. Thanks for checking out one of our recent clips from the Wrestling Mat. Why is someone so close to The Rock kind of throwing Cody under the bus?
Yeah, a lot of people won't engage with Jim Cornette. I did, just because I have a mark for Jim Cornette. And
Please subscribe right now. Hit the like and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. And I think you should listen to your TV partners. Let me tell you about WWE and a little insight. More subscribers means more content. And make sure you follow us on social media at WrestlingMat23 on both Twitter and Instagram.